Let's watch Duncan Robinson absolutely break NBA defenses. We're going to start with the more typical clips here, but these are still impressive as hell. Robinson is an elite standstill catch and shoot player and can fly off screens and dribble handoffs like JJ Redick, Kyle Korver, and other elite spot-up shooters before him. He's got a beautiful, fluid jumper that unfurls toward the rim, which gives him a lot of range to operate far from the basket if need be. Robinson is hitting 44.5% of his threes this season, an elite mark, and that elite mark creeps up to 45.9% on catch and shoot threes. Check out the simple use here of an off-ball screen to shed Tobias Harris, which leads to an easy breezy 3 points. Even if this is all Robinson did on offense, he would still be a highly useful role player at the least. The fact that he's ever at all open shocks me, by the way. It's just a failure of your defense if Duncan Robinson is getting any sort of open catch and shoot looks. It can't happen, not if you want to win the game at least. It's no coincidence some of these wide open shots are coming against abysmal Knicks and Wizards defenses. You can see Heat players search out Robinson all the time, and for good reason. Nobody on Miami's roster has a bigger positive impact on the Heat's net rating than Duncan Robinson. Miami outscores opponents by 7.2 points per 100 possessions with him on the floor, the best mark on the team, and scores 113.7 points per 100 in his minutes. When Robinson sits, the Heat are outscored by 4.4 points per 100 and managed to score just 105.9 points per 100 possessions. In a lot of ways, this dude is their offense. That could be problematic if Robinson were just another pesky off-ball threat from deep, but he has a deeper bag as a shooter than pretty much anybody outside of Steph Curry. Let's look at one of my favorite parts of his game. He's crafty with the ball and more comfortable than you'd think putting it on the floor and dribbling a bit. One of the things that leapt out to me when watching D-Rob is how casually he'll use his gather plus 2 steps to set up a shot. This is usually a rulebook quirk we use when looking at layups through the lane, not catch and shoot threes, but Robinson has such terrific body control, he gets himself exactly where he wants to go before shooting. Watch where he catches this ball, then hits a quick 1, 2, 3 steps before turning and pulling. That level of movement from the catch makes Robinson stand out from a lot of other off-ball 3-point threats. Usually you just have to worry about the area right where the shooter catches the ball. Robinson can move around with or without dribbling and still pull up and knock down shots, and it just makes him absolutely deadly. He can also pull quickly upon catching the ball, of course. There's no time to relax if he's got the ball at any point. This last one is really impressive. You wouldn't expect a largely off-ball player to dribble into a shot like that, but he can do it. Robinson's also crafty, especially with the pump fake. He doesn't need an elite handle to generate space. He can use trickery and the threat of his shot to throw off closing out defenders and send them flying out of bounds, like poor Pat McCaw right here. See you later, bud. You are not anywhere close to contesting this shot. I almost feel bad for including this last one, because what on earth could Domantas Sabonis possibly have done about this? He contains the drive and pretty much keeps up with Robinson, but 3-point specialists are not supposed to be able to go from dribbling away from the rim to spinning 180 degrees and sinking threes. My goodness. Maybe the most unfair part of Robinson's game, though, is even if you stick with him through all the screens, DHOs, pump fakes, dribbles, not dribbles, everything else he can do, it might not matter. The dude is less affected by a close-by defender or even a hand in his face than anybody I can recall seeing. Robinson has just 8 attempts this season with a defender within 2 feet of him because he's elusive, but he's hit 37.5% of those looks, or 3 for 8. Then in tight coverage with a defender between 2 and 4 feet away, he shot 40.4%. When he's open, he hits a stunning 47.8% of his threes, and he's a 45.5% 3-point shooter when he's wide open. It matters if you cover him, but it doesn't seem to matter that much. As poor Karis LeVert learned here, he must have just had to sigh after this one. He is draped all over Robinson, but it doesn't seem to affect the guy at all. Robinson's shooting is obviously what got him to and will keep him in the NBA, but saying this dude is just a shooter is like saying Van Gogh was just a painter. You're really selling what he does short.